Praise AHAYAH Bahashim Yashaya Qadash Rawach Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. Praise AHAYAH. I'm so happy that I am back. I made it back. I made my way back. Oh, bless the name of AHAYAH. I give all glory, honor, and praise to AHAYAH Bahashim Yashaya. Thank you for joining me to the AHAYAH'S Bible Book Club. And we will be going into 2 Samuel's, which is the prophet Nathan. It's a short couple of books, verses that we'll be going into, talking about the prophet Nathan. And I'm so happy to be back. I want to give all glory and praise to AHAYAH. I want to quickly say a prayer as we go right into this because, guys, it's late. I'm really tired, but I really wanted to start back doing this. And I will be doing it 2 days a week. I will do it today and tomorrow, Mondays and Tuesdays for a couple of weeks, guys, just to catch up where I left behind. because I had like 2 months off. I haven't done anything, but there was a lot going on. I need to take care of some things. And plus with me working out, I was very tired. So, I just had to like kind of get my bearings on how I'm going to do things. So I'm going to try it again. Hopefully the internet acts okay. Praise Ahaya. And also, I'm not too tired. So give me 1 second. Let me find the Lord's Prayer. I'll put it on the screen. And we can, pray and bless the name of Ahaya. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Why I can't never find stuff when I'm looking for it. Wow. Okay, I might have to just say it quickly, and I'm not going to be able to put it on the screen because I don't see it. It should be right there. I don't see it. Well, anyway, I'm going to say the Lord's Prayer in ancient Phoenician Hebrew, and it's the Lord's prayers that, we normally say in English. But praise Ahaya, if you praise Ahaya Bahashim Yashaya. If you are a female, please cover your head, and if you're a male watching, please uncover your head. And let's go. Okay, so Abanawa Shabbat Shemayim Qadash Haya Shamka Ahaya Malak Wafka Gaba'a Batazawanka Haya Aisha Ba'a Bataza Kawa Haya Bashamayim Nathan Lanawa Lakamka Yawam Wasalak Nawa Hawawak Nawa Kasalak Nawa Hawawak Nawa Wala'ata Biyanawa Vanasayuwam Abal Hawashinawa May on Rai Kayalaka Hamalakwa Waha Allah Wahata'a Ta'arath La Awalam Yam Aman. Oh, glory and praise to your holy name. Ahaya Asher Ahaya Bahashim Yashaya Wak Qadash Rawach. That's the Lord's Prayer in ancient Phoenician Hebrew. Okay, so we will be going into 2 Samuel. I will be sharing my screen with you as well. And just show you how I'm putting my book together. I pray you all got your books together. I pray you all, have your markers and anything else you need, your rulers, pens, okay? And because I didn't get to write anything down, so let me see where I'm at. Okay, so here's my my book. This is my journaling book that I made. It's really, really, really big, guys. Oh my goodness, it's huge. But and here I put the reading goals so you can see. So we stopped at Isaiah, which was 13. So this is the 14th one we're going into. So let me highlight that. And this is we go into Nathan the prophet, and it's a short book, which is good, so get me back into it. And I don't know yet what we'll do tomorrow, but I'll pick another, book and chapter and verse, and then we'll do it again tomorrow. So I will be back tomorrow doing it 2 days a week for a couple of weeks, just to where, because I stopped for 2 months, so I want to catch up because I want to reach my goal by doing this for a whole year and doing at least 44 books, so that you can see. That's what I have highlighted here, 44. So now if I do 2 days a week for a couple of weeks, I can catch back up And, because I really enjoy doing this. So praise Ahaya Bahashim Yashaya. Okay, so now we're going to read 2 Samuel's. Okay, and that gives us some insight on the prophet Nathan. Prophet Nathan, he was the prophet for our forefather David. Okay, and a few others, but mainly David, because we're going to go into the scriptures. I just wanted to show you guys quickly. I made some new. I'm going to show you this one. This is the old one. This is what I've been using online for the precepts. Can you see this? Hold on. Let me show you. For the precepts, my screen is frozen right now. Okay. So this is what I've been using for the precepts. Okay. And I made up another one, but I don't have it. I wasn't able to print it out. Okay. But just wanted to show you, because I didn't really like the circles. I thought it's easier to have squares because the way we write in squares. So I just wanted to show you quickly. And then on the back, I added, just my little touch, Kal Hawa Wayadal. Also, just Proverbs 8 and 17. And, I just put precepts and I keep laws. I just added my own little touch to it so that you could see that. And I was going to make this available. Like if anybody want to use these, I'll put it on my, that you can download it for free on, oh my gosh. You could download it for free off of the Patreon. So I'm going to start putting stuff on Patreon so that you can get this stuff. Okay, that you can download these things for free. Okay, so, and I'm going to show you the other one, the front that I put together. So let me find it. I'm going to share my screen with you guys really quickly so you can see this. Okay, so here it is. I made it, I made my own preset paper, my sheet, and I made squares because I think that's the most logical thing. Instead of have to squeeze everything into those circles, you could just make a couple of lines for each verse that we use, and put the summary of the, the chapter that we're covering or the verses that we're covering, but just put the synopsis, like, about Nathan, who he was. He was the priest under David, and the Most High sent him to David on several occasions and prophesied to him on what he wanted him to do. And, so we're just going to cover that, but just showing you, and at the bottom, kind of kept it the same, those boxes. And so you could put the precepts, you can put, what would you do, or what you should do? How can you apply this to your life? What, does it means to you? And also, what would you do differently? Like if there was someone who made a mistake, like in the case of Cain on, against Abel, what would you do differently? And, so I left a box for that because, again, this is mainly about us applying these scriptures to our lives so that we can, learn from, the mistakes and the examples of the prophets. Praise Ahaya Bahashim Yashaya. So Sheba is here, and now she wants to start talking and acting up. She's making a lot of noise, so we're gonna see. Hold on. I have to sneeze. Okay, so praise Ahaya Bahashim Yashaya. So let's go into Nathan. Let me stop sharing my screen. for a second. And okay, I took it off. Okay, so now I have to share my screen so that we can read the scriptures because I wasn't able to download it. They're making things really hard to download, guys. So, I'm gonna have to let her go outside because she's not gonna. Yeah, she would make it. She be trying to talk. Okay, so here we go. We're starting at chapter 7, 2 Samuel's chapter 7, and we're going into the prophet Nathan. Okay, so let me get my book together.
And it came to pass, when the king sat in his house, and the Lord had given him rest round about from all his enemies, that the king said unto Nathan the prophet, See now, I dwell in an house of cedar. The ark of God dwelleth within curtains. And Nathan said to the king, Go, do all that is in thine heart, for the Lord is with thee. And it came to pass that night that the word of the Lord came unto Nathan, saying, Go and tell my servant David, Thus saith the Lord, Shalt thou build me an house for me to dwell in? Whereas I have not dwelt in any house since the time that I brought up the children of Israel out of Egypt, even to this day, but have walked in a tent and in a tabernacle. In all the places wherein I have walked with all the children of Israel, spake I a word with any of the tribes of Israel, whom I commanded to feed my people Israel, saying, Why build ye not me an house of cedar? Now therefore, so shalt thou say unto my servant David, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the sheepcot, from following the sheep, to be ruler over my people, over Israel. And I was with thee whithersoever thou wentest, and have cut off all thine enemies out of thy sight, and have made thee a great name, like unto the name of the great men that are in the earth. Moreover, I will appoint a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, that they may dwell in a place of their own, and move no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness afflict them any more as before time, and as since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies. Also, the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee an house. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build an house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son. If he commit iniquity, I will chasten him. But my mercy shall not depart away from him, as I took it from Saul, whom I put away before thee. And thine house and thy kingdom shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak unto David. Then went King David in, and sat before the Lord, and he said, Who am I, O Lord God? And what is my house, that thou hast brought me hitherto? And this was yet a small thing in thy sight, O Lord God. But thou hast spoken also of thy servant's house for a great while to come. And is this the manner of man, O Lord God? And what can David say more unto thee? For thou, Lord God, knowest thy servant. For thy word's sake, and according to thine own heart, hast thou done all these great things, to make thy servant know them. Wherefore thou art great, O Lord God, for there is none like thee, neither is there any God beside thee, according to all that we have heard with our ears. And what one nation in the earth is like thy people, even like Israel, whom God went to redeem for a people to himself, and to make him a name, and to do for you great things and terrible, for thy land, before thy people, which thou redeemedst to thee.
So that's going into David's prayer to Ahiah once Nathan came to him and prophesied to him and told him what the Most High had in store for him. So he was so grateful. And, it's just so nice to hear, how obedient and the prophets were, and our forefathers were when it came to Ahiah, Bahashim Yashaya. Okay, so I want to skip now and I'm going to go to the 12th, chapter 12, because that continues where Nathan continues to prophesy to David, when the Most High sent him to David. So we're going to jump around here and we're going to just, only have room for 6 verses that we're going to use. But I thought all of these were, just to hear the whole story is important because it shows how obedient these men were when it came to the Most High. Him using Nathan to speak and David hearkened to Nathan. Okay. So he, this the thing when we notice is that when the Most High sends someone to speak, the prophets responded in the right way. And that's a blessing because nowadays it seems that our people are so like our ears are stuffed up, like people can't hear, people can't see, they don't understand. We're so hard-headed and stiff-necked, like we don't even understand when it's the Most High actually sent someone. From what I see, we are so like far away from a higher that we can't even hear or know when the Most High is doing things. Now, that was the case too, a lot of the times, even in the old days, Israel was so hard-headed and stiff-necked and stubborn. They didn't even know when the Most High was talking to them and telling them what to do. So very much the same thing as today. But it's refreshing to see how even David. Now, David, we know he was after the Most High's heart. The Most High loved David because how much David loved him. But even in that, David still sinned against the Most High. And the Most High did have to chastise him severely, where he actually took his son, from him. But for the most part, David, the Most High had nothing but love for David and that he was obedient to the Most High. So we're going to jump down now to 2 Samuel chapter 12, and I'm going to try and find the beginning of it, verse 1. So let me see where this is, because I think
The city and overthrow it. And heard that Uriah, her husband, was dead. She mourned for her husband. When the morning was past, David sent and fetched her to his house, and she became his wife and bare him a son. But the thing that David had done displeased the Lord. Chapter 12.
Okay, here we go, 12.
The Lord sent Nathan unto David, and he came unto him and said unto him, There were 2 men in one city, the one rich and the other poor. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds, but the poor man had nothing save one little ewe lamb, which he had bought and nourished up, and it grew up together with him and with his children. It did eat of his own meat, and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own herd to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb, and dressed it for the man that was come to him. And David's anger was greatly kindled. Nathan, as the Lord liveth, the man that hath done this thing shall surely die, and he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing, and because he had no pity. And Nathan said to David, Thou art the man. Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul, and I gave thee thy master's house, and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel and of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would moreover have given unto thee such and such things. Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Lord, to do evil in his sight? Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife, and hast slain him with the sword. Depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and hast taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. Thus saith the Lord, Behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of this sun. For thou didst it secretly. But I will do this thing before all Israel, and before the sun. David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, The Lord also hath put away thy sin. Thou shalt not die. Howbeit, because by this deed thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme, the child also that is born unto thee shall surely die.
Wow.
And Nathan departed unto his house. And the Lord struck the child that Uriah's wife bare unto David, and it was very sick. David therefore besought God for the child, and David fasted, and went in and lay all night upon the earth. And the elders of his house arose and went to him to raise him up from the earth, but he would not, neither did he eat bread with them. And it came.
Wow. So I just wanted to go that far because that's where, you know, how far Nathan goes. He came again to prophesy to David. Now, as you can see, he didn't come with good tidings. You know, he wasn't coming to tell him how blessed he was and how the Most High, you know, loved him and all these things. He was coming to bring judgment and let him know that the Most High was warning him and was going to take the life of his son, and that he said, I'm not going to kill you. You will live, but you're going to feel it. And so, you know, this is a good passage, because a good verse, because it shows, because a lot of people always want the Most High to bring everything about the Most High to be good tidings and, positive and, but when you really get to know the Most High, you know that he's a power of war and he doesn't play around, and he will, chastise us in measure. And so the children of Israel have to, that's why he said you must love him enough and have fear and trembling for him. We must fear the Most High. So he wasn't coming with good tidings. The prophet Nathan was coming to tell David about the Most High's judgment, and that he was going to chastise him for the wickedness that he's done. And the Most High does not play. And just like into our times now, he's going to deal, he said, with the house of Israel first. So, we just have to get out of that mindset. We still dealing with the Christianity that was taught to us in America, with the, he loves everyone, and, he can sinner kind of thing. Nathan the prophet had to come to tell David that the Most High was he's going to spare his life, but he's going to take the life of his son. And these are the type of things, this is how the Most High will use, us, different people when it's time. He comes and sends someone to speak either judgment or promise. He'll bring good promise too. The whole book and Bible is about his promises and how wonderful he is to the children of Israel, and about his glory, so he has a lot of good tidings, because for the children of Israel, because his love and judgment, and he is a power of war, and he does not play. And he told us to be fearful of him and tremble when we come to him, and don't take his word and his commandments and his judgments lightly, because he's not going to play. He's not going to play with us, and he's not going to allow us to get away with it. So I just wanted to bring up these particular scriptures. Now, instead of me playing this video, because there's so many scriptures, I'm going to read. I put all the scriptures together, so I'm going to stop sharing this right now. And I'm going to pull up the scriptures just because I want to focus on Nathan. So I don't want to go through one. He's in different books and chapters. So let me get some other chapters that I'll be reading from. Okay, so here we are. So we read Samuel's 2. I read those, and we read Samuel 2, Second Samuel's 7th chapter. I read that, and I just read 2 Samuel's 12th chapter, where Nathan had to come to David and tell him the judgment that was going to come to him for sinning against the Most High. He killed a man, and so that was not pleasing to AHAYAH. But here I want to just give you some insight on Nathan. Nathan, son of Ithai and father of Zabad, from 1 Chronicles 2:36, of the tribe of Judah. So he was from the tribe of Judah, and of the branch of Caleb. So Caleb was one of the men who, along with Caleb and another guy who, with Moses, they were the only two adults that made it into the Holy Land. All the other, elders and older people over 20, the Most High took them out because of their disobedience. But Caleb was one who made it in. And Nathan is from the tribe of Judah, of the branch of Caleb. His grandfather was Jerah, was an Egyptian slave. Okay, his grandfather Jerah was an Egyptian slave to whom Sison gave one of his daughters to marry. So his father Jerah was in, even though he was Judah, he was in Egypt, and he was a slave in Egypt. Okay, and he married one of the daughters, a slave, whom gave one of his daughters to marry. So he married an Egyptian. Okay, so as of 1 Chronicles 2:34 and 35. And Nathan the prophet was from the tribe of Judah. So that just gives us, that's all the information I was able to get on Nathan the prophet. So just know he was from the tribe of Judah. Okay, so now I'm going to jump down and just read some other passages that, Nathan the prophet was in, because David also had a son. He named his son after Nathan as well. He had a son called Nathan. But so you can't get confused with that Nathan. We're talking about Nathan, the prophet. Okay, so 1 Kings 1:8, it gives, but Zadok the priest and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada and Nathan the prophet and Shemaiah and Rei and the mighty men which belonged to David were not with Adoniah. Okay, so that's just a scripture that shows that Nathan the prophet, he was, amongst Zadok the priest. He was, amongst these men, all considered mighty men of David. And 1 Kings 1:10 said, but Nathan the prophet and Benaiah and the mighty men and Solomon his brother, he called not. So this is not talking, okay, yeah. This is talking about Nathan the prophet, and Solomon, his brother, he called not. Okay, so also this just give you some insight on what Nathan, was into. He was among the mighty men of David. Okay, 1 Kings 1:11, wherefore Nathan spake unto Bathsheba and the mother of Solomon, saying, hast thou not heard that Adoniah the son of Haggith doeth reign, and David our Lord knoweth it not? So this is when Nathan had to come to Bathsheba and let her know that one of David's other son was about to take the kingdom. But the Most High had already promised Solomon to reign in after David. And so Nathan was called to give the message to Bathsheba to let her know what was going on, so that she can talk to David the king and have him stop, because David was now in old age. So he was, the Most High sent Nathan to Bathsheba to let her know. Okay, so 1 Kings 1:22 says, and lo, while ye yet talked with the king, Nathan the prophet also came in. So her and Nathan got together, and they decided that she would go to David to let him know. And as she was talking to David, Nathan would come in and verify everything that she was saying was true. And they told the king, saying, behold, Nathan the prophet. And when he was come in before the king, he bowed himself before the king with his face to the ground. And Nathan said, my lord, O king, hast thou said Adoniah should reign? Oh, no, I don't know how to say, Adoniah shall reign after me, and he shall sit upon my throne. Okay, so he's like letting the cat out the bag, and he's telling the king what their Adoniah is trying to do. And the King David said, call me Zadok the priest, and Nathan the prophet, and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada. And they came before the king. This is another, for instance, and let Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet anoint him there king over Israel, and blow ye with the trumpet, and say, AHAYAH, save King Solomon. So this is David making this decision to move quickly to make sure that Nathan the prophet and Zadok as king over Israel before Adonijah, I don't know how to say that name, Adonijah, takes the. Okay, 1 Kings 1:38. So Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet and Benaiah the son of Jehoiada, and the Cherethites and the Pelethites went down and caused Solomon to ride upon King David's mule, and brought him to Gohan. 1 Kings 1:44. And the king has sent with him Zadok the priest, Nathan the prophet, and Benaniah, and the son of Jehoiada, and the Cherethites and the Pelethites, and they have caused him to ride on the king's mule. And Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet have anointed him king of Gihon, in Gihon. And they are come up from thence rejoicing, so that the city rang again. This is the noise that ye have heard. Oh, so now they're letting one of David's sons know, all the commotion that was going on in the city, because King David had proclaimed Solomon to be king, and had the priest Zadok and the prophet Nathan to go and anoint him. And, everybody was, very happy about that. And they were making a lot of noise and blessing him. Hold on. So I just want to make sure you guys can see everything that I'm I'm seeing. Okay. So now we're going to go to Chronicles, First Chronicles 2 and 36. And this is just giving another instance of Nathan, 2 and 36. And Attai begat Nathan, and Nathan begat Zabad. So this is the lineage of Nathan. So it says Attai begat Nathan, but I thought his father. Let me see what the father name was up here, because I had got this. Oh, I just spelled differently. Attai, and here it's spelled with the A, but it's the same. It's just spelled differently. So his father's name is Attai. And these were born unto him in Jerusalem. Now, this is Chronicles 1, First Chronicles 3 and 5, about David's son Nathan. Because here it says, and these were born unto him in Jerusalem: Shemaiah, Shobab, Nathan, and Solomon, 4 of Bathshua, the daughter of Amiel. Okay, so now in Chronicles 3 and 5, it's talking about David's son Nathan. And so in here too, when you go down to Chronicles, First Chronicles 17 and 1, it says, now it came to pass as David sat in his house, that David said to Nathan the prophet, lo, I dwell in the house of cedars, but the ark of the covenant of AHAYAH remaineth on the curtains. So this is around the time when David, was thinking of building the house for the Most High AHAYAH. But AHAYAH will instruct Nathan to go to David and tell him, because he has blood on his hands, that he will give it to his son Solomon to build the house. Okay, so First Chronicles 17 and 2, it says, then Nathan said unto David, do all that is in thine heart, for AHAYAH is with thee. So he was basically telling him, that it was okay. But when you read 17 and 3, it said, and it came to pass the same night that the word of AHAYAH came to Nathan, saying, okay, and I'm going to read that. First Chronicles 17 and 3. I'll read that because Nathan told him, yeah, go ahead, do what you want. But then the Most High had to come to Nathan and tell him, no, that's not going to be like that. So here it says, First Chronicles, let me see if you can see what I'm reading now out of, hold on. Let me, I'm going to read the rest of it. So I'm going to stop sharing here and I'm going to go to the eastward. Hold on. So you can read along with me. Okay, so 17 and 3, it says, and it came to pass that same night that the word of AHAYAH, came to Nathan, saying, go and tell David my servant, thus saith AHAYAH, thou shalt not build me an house to dwell in. Because Nathan had told him, go do whatever he knew that AHAYAH was with David, so he just said, he put it upon himself to tell him, to do as you will. But then the Most High had to come to Nathan and tell him, no, he will not build my house. 17 and 5 says, for I have not dwelt in a house since the day that I brought up Israel into this day, but have gone from tent to tent and from one tabernacle to another. Wheresoever I have walked with all Israel, spake I a word to any of the judges of Israel, whom I commanded to feed my people, saying, why have ye not built me an house of cedars? Now therefore thus shalt thou say unto my servant David, thus saith AHAYAH of hosts, I took thee from you said, I took thee from the sheepcote, even from following the sheep, that thou shouldest be ruler over my people. Israel, and I have been with thee whithersoever thou hast walked, and have cut off all thine enemies from before thee, and have made thee a name like the name of the great name that are in the earth. Also, I will ordain a place for my people Israel, and will plant them, and they shall dwell in their place, and shall be moved no more. Neither shall the children of wickedness waste them any more as at the beginning. And since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, moreover, I will subdue all thine enemies. Furthermore, I tell thee that the Lord AHAYAH will build thee an house. And it shall come to pass when thy days be expired that thou must go to be with thy fathers, that I will raise up thy seed after thee, which shall be of thy sons, and will establish his kingdom. He shall build me a house, and shall establish his throne forever. I will be his father, and he shall be my son, and I will not take my mercy away from him, as I took it from him that was before thee. But I will settle him in my house and in my kingdom forever, and his throne shall be established forevermore. According to all these words and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak to David. And then David goes into a prayer and thanks the Most High. So I just want to keep it there and just, focus on Nathan right now. But Nathan went to prophesy to David and told David that one of his sons will build the Most High's house, that he wasn't going to be the one to build it. Praise the Highest. So let me go back, and I'm going to share again and go back to these different books. Hold on. Praise AHAYAH. So now we're going to skip down and we're going to go to First Chronicles 29:29, and it says, "Now the acts of David the king, first and last, behold, they are written in the book of Samuel the seer, and in the book of Nathan the prophet, and in the book of Gad the seer." So there's other books that speak about David and his acts. And the book of Nathan the prophet, he has a book, but I think that is I looked into it, and I think it's the same as Samuel's, written in the book, and in the book of Nathan the prophet. I think it's one of the books like Chronicles or something like that. I have to revisit it again because I forgot. I should have wrote it down so I would remember. But here it says there is a book of Nathan's. But let me go. I'll Google it really fast because, hold on a second. Let me just check. The book of Nathan. Let's see. Hold on. It's slow. Hold on, so I'll wait till that stops. But it still hasn't answered me yet. Hold on. The book of Nathan. Okay, so I'm going to continue on, and when I come back with that information, I'll show it. Okay, so This is now the rest is in the book of Nathan. The book of Nathan the prophet. Okay, so Second Chronicles 9:29 says, "Now the rest of the acts of Solomon, first and last, are written in the book of Nathan, the prophet, and the prophecy of Ahijah, the Shilonite, and in the vision of Adu, the seer, against Jeroboam, the son of Nebat." So again, it's speaking of the book of Nathan. Again, Chronicles 2:29-25 says, "And he set the Levites in the house of Ahiah with cymbals and psalteries and harps, according to the commandments of David, and the Gad, the king's seer, and Nathan the prophet, for so was the commandment of Ahiah by his prophets." Praise Ahiah by Yashaya. Okay, so again, it referenced the Nathan the prophet. Okay, let's see. For Eliza, for Ariel, for Shemaiah, and for Elnathan, and for Jerab, and for Elnathan, and for Nathan, and for Zechariah, and for Meshullam, chief men, also for Joarib, and for Nathan, men of understanding. So this is during the time of Ezra. So I'm not sure if Nathan was a priest in that time, but I believe so. Let me see. Okay, so have been a priest even during the time of Ezra, and because he was during the time of Solomon. Okay. I don't know why. Every time they messing with the internet, because I have no problems with the internet like this. Only when I come on to record. It's really bad. And so this is one of the reasons why I kind of also took a little break, because I just get tired of tussling. But okay, so let me show you. So here, I'm gonna write Nathan up top. So I'm still gonna try. Nathan the prophet. I'll just leave it like that. Okay, and I'm gonna stop for now because I'm gonna come back tomorrow and I'm going to finish, because I didn't really write out all my stuff here. But I do want to pick up book that we're going to go in tomorrow. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to pick a book. But when I start tomorrow, I'm going to finish writing all these things out before I go into the next one. But I'm going to have most of this stuff already written out because I didn't get a chance to do it. So here I'm going to pick for the next. Oh, let me take these out. Just want to do these. So we're going to see what we go into for the next book. Okay. I'm just going to pick one. And that's going to be the next one we go into. Who is this? Oh, Samuel. Wow. So that's awesome. So we're going to go into Samuel tomorrow. And we did Nathan the prophet, which was in Samuel, the book of Samuel. So now we're going to cover Samuel tomorrow, the prophet Samuel. Okay. Praise the Yashaya. Okay, so when I come back tomorrow, I'm going to finish up Nathan. I'm going to already do, write in the book and everything. And I'm just going to do my notes really quickly. I'll read it over. So you guys, if you guys are following, you can do it yourself. Nathan the prophet. I gave the scriptures that I looked up and I found, and I can read them really quickly. Just read the and share it with you so that you can use, I use only about 6 or 7. Oh, no. Verses, So, and I'm going to I'll figure out which verses I'm going to use. But I have Kings, I have Kings, 2 Samuel 12 and 2 Samuel 7. So I'll pick between those. 2 Samuel 7, I'll pick some scriptures. 2 Samuel 12. And I can see. These is really just First Kings 1 and 11, when he goes to Bathsheba, maybe I'll use one of those. But there's only 6 or 7. Again, on the page, I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to go back in there. You only get, on the page, you only got 6 slots plus the summary. So that makes 7. So, you only could pick a few, which verses you're going to choose from. This is my new preset page that I'm going to be using. So here, the same thing. You got the summary on top, and then you got 6, verses that you can pick from. So I'll be using probably 3 from 2 Samuel's 7th chapter and 3 from 2 Samuel's 12th chapter, something like that. And then I'll put the summary up, synopsis of who he was, and basically. Also, I'm going to show you what I do is I give a lot of information on the prophet in the back. What happened? Oh, it closed. Give me a second, guys, because I want to show you this. I can kind of pick the book up and show you so you can see it. In the back of my book, I made a section for all the prophets. So I have pages of the prophets that I covered so far. It's hard for me to show this. Okay, here's like Moses I did. We did Ezekiel. And I write information on the prophet, you know, and Zephaniah we did, Zechariah we did, who else? We did Micah, we did a lot, but I'm just showing you because my other camera went down. Andrew, we did, Prophet Andrew, we did Hosea, okay, we did Daniel, and so I like to, Samson, I like to write the information on these prophets so that you can, you know, study them and should know what time frame they was in, who was their father, what line and tribe they were from. This is Micah. This is Luke. We did Zechariah, John the Baptist's father. Okay. And this is Jonah, Isaiah, and this is Nathan the prophet. So I just want to show you that because, oh, did it come back in? Hold on. Okay. Because it's good to, you know, take each prophet or each, whatever book, main book we're talking about, and get the information on that person. So here we got, like I wrote that out. I wrote it, that Nathan the prophet was the tribe of Judah. His father was Attai, okay? And even his grandfather was in Egypt as a slave. And so that gives you some information. Now, I think Nathan was a prophet in the time of Solomon. He was a prophet in even Ezra, and I believe he was, and I'm okay. So that is, we're gonna write the information on the prophet. You know, what tribe he was from, what era was he in, who was he a prophet over, or what was his significance. You want to write all this down. So Nathan was very significant because he was the prophet over David, and he would have to go to David and tell David when the Most High wanted him to do something, when he was going to chastise David, when he, you know, how he was going to bless David. So praise the higher for that. So that, you know, so now tomorrow I'm going to finish up on Nathan, but we're going to go into Samuel. We're going to go into the book of Samuel on the prophet Samuel. So that is going to be, that's a good segue from Nathan into Samuel. So praise the higher Yashaya. And I'll have more information on Nathan. Just who else was he a prophet during which time? Was he, in fact, a prophet during Ezra? And we know David and possibly and definitely Solomon, because he anointed Solomon king. So he was definitely the prophet for Solomon as well. Okay, so I give all glory and praise and honor to AHAYAH'S. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing 2 days in a week for a couple of weeks just so I can catch up, because I missed 2 months. I missed a couple of weeks. So I really want to catch up because I want to do the 44 books by the end, within a year. I want to have doing 44 books. Oh, praise Ahaya Bahashimishaya. Shalom. Breezy's wife. Shalom. How are you? I see your comment. What does Bahashem? Oh, okay. I'm speaking, it's in the name of. So we say Ahaya because that's the name of the Most High. And when we pray or we speak in the name of the Son, Yashaya. So Yashaya is, we usually call the J name Jesus, but there were no J's, there were no E's, there were no U's in the time when Christ walked. So his name could not have been Jesus. But we, because of being the children of Israel in America under captivity, we took on these names that was given to us as slaves. But now that we're coming into the truth, into the awakening of the truth, we are getting the full understanding. So Yashaya is the name. It's ancient Phoenician Hebrew, and that's our Hebrew, not the modern Hebrew that the Jewish people are speaking in Israel today. We have an ancient Phoenician Hebrew, and that's the pure language that was given to our forefathers. And Yashaya means in ancient Phoenician Hebrew. So that's why we call him Yashaya. Ahaya, if you go to Exodus 3:14, it tells you when Moses asked the Most High, what's your name? He told him, I am that I am. And when you break that down into the ancient Phoenician Hebrew, it's Ahaya, Ahaya. And the 12 tribes of Israel, we lost our remembrance. We came to America because of a curse. But if you know the 12 tribes, the American Indians, the tribe was the tribe of Gad. They're one of the tribes. The Indians kept the name, and they used to call Haya, 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 Haya. We didn't know that they were calling on the Most High. That's the Most High's name, is Ahaya. And the Native American Indians kept the name. They were the only tribe that held on to the name. All the other tribes lost the name, but the Native American Indians kept the name, the true name of the Most High. It's Ahaya. And I am, that means I am. Ahaya means I am. And that's what he told to Moses when Moses asked him, what was your name? So, and that's what I have back here. If you see Ahaya's promise, that's the name of the Most High. His promise is to Israel that he would bring us back into the land, you know? Yes. And that's how you know it hits your spirit, because you know you've heard the Indians say it all the time and you never knew what they were saying. We never knew. No one would tell us. Because we lost our remembrance as slaves, we didn't know. But now the truth is coming out. And so we're getting our language back. The Most High is waking us up. We will soon be going back to the land, our land, pretty soon. When all these wars start to culminate, we will be, Yashaya will bring us back into the land. But in the meantime, we are to come out of Babylon. So I'm here in Jordan. That's why I'm here in Jordan, because the Most High is calling his people out, telling us to get within the borders. Jordan is the safe place, and he's going to deal with his people here in Jordan. America, I don't know if you know this, but America will be destroyed and because of judgment. If you read Revelation 18, it tells you to come out of Babylon and why to come out. Or you can also read Jeremiah 50 and 51. You can, write these scriptures down. Yeah, I'm enjoying, praise Ahaya, Yashaya, because of this awakening, and the Most High is calling his people to come back into the land, and here is where Christ will, lead us back into Israel. We're not to go into Israel now because of all the war and all the commotion that's going on, but the Most High said he will protect those found within his borders. So praise Ahaya. He is amazing. And we are being awakened and getting all this information. He has provided us his name, just like he did in the time of Moses. He gave Moses his name, and he brought them out of Egypt, and he's about to bring the children of Israel out. People are coming out, in drips and drabs. There's not going to be a big Exodus like it was in the time of Moses. He's waking people up and causing them to come out. And so we're coming out. So thank you for joining me, Breeze's wife. And I hope, this was helpful. I'll be back again tomorrow. Same time, 9:30 my time is, I'm in Jordan. So that's my time. I think for you, it may be like 2:30. And I'm going to go into Samuel, okay? The prophet Samuel and some of the things that he, what he did for the children of Israel as he dealt with Saul. And, he was the prophet during that time. So it's a lot of information. But I'm trying to do this for a whole year. So that way we can go through at least 44 books. And let me show you. I had it all mapped out. So this is the little, if you can see this, my books. And this is my journaling book. And I'm putting together where I'm going to go through all these different books. So I pick a book every time and just pick some verses out that are significant. And you will focus on those. So there's so many books because we also deal with the Apocrypha, some of the lost books that were taken out. I don't know if you know about those books. It's called the Apocrypha, 14 books that were taken out of the Bible. And then there's also there's a lot of other books that were the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees, a lot of different books that we can go into and, to study, to show ourselves approved. So you can go on if you don't have those books or if you don't know about those books, you can go online and Google the Apocrypha. And there are 14 books. It's a small little, but you can also, let me show you my Bible. Because my Bible, if you get the King James Version, 1611 Bible, it has the Apocrypha in it. So that way you don't have to go and buy two separate books. Let me show you mine. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, here we go. Give me a second. Okay. So this is my Bible. It's the 1611 King James Version Bible, and I'm gonna just out here out the way so you can see it. And it has the Apocrypha in it. Now I add, this I make, add it so I can make my book, my Bible, a study Bible. So I added these little blank pages so I can write in it. But for the most part, I'm going to show you where it has the Apocrypha inside. And these are the missing books that was taken out. Hold on. It says it, if you can read it. Here. Let me see. If you could read up top here, it says Apocrypha. It's already in there. So if you get you a King James Version Bible, 1611, it has the Apocrypha. Let me see. And it's a lot of different books. Let me see where I put it. Hold on. Oh, here we go, so you can see it. That's the Apocrypha. Those are the 14 missing books. And it just gives you more information on, scriptures that they were taken out. And then there's also the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees, the pseudepigrapha, and it has the testimony of Abraham, and just a lot of books that they took out. You will have it. So if you can find yourself a 1611 Bible, you can get some more information. But for now, with the AHAYAH'S Bible Book Club, I'm keeping it very basic for now because I really wanted to just go into the Bible, because a lot of people, once we get this truth, we want to go all over the place and we go all into these different books. But you need to get the basics first. And that's what I feel a lot of people, they don't do. They don't get the basics. They really, they want to go into all these other books because they're, you want to know. You learning, you want to learn, so you want to study to get the information. I get that, but it's important to really have a good foundation. So before you start going to all these other books, basically you should get the Bible down first. So that's what what I'm trying to do with this. And that's why, I wanted to make sure I stayed on track. I took a little break. So that's why I'm going to come back 2 days a week for the next couple of weeks just to catch up. Okay. And, kind of stay in the Bible. But eventually I will be going into some of the other books like the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Book of Enoch, the Book of Jubilees. There's so much information. And praise AHAYAH, we got these books back so that we can study to show ourselves approved. Because this is how we find out we should leave and where to go and what's going to happen. The Bible is our schoolmaster, and it's giving us all the information. So it's important for us to go in there. Well, thank you, Breeze's wife. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to, hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, and, stay connected. And I hope this helps. Okay. Oh, you read the books before. Pray. Oh, that's awesome. So you're well versed, and you just stay in it, keep reading, we got to study to show ourselves approved. So do you know that America is Babylon? And do you know that you should, consider leaving? Is that something that you understand? Are you a Hebrew Israelite? Yes. Are you still there? Or maybe she's gone. Well, hopefully you'll come back tomorrow, and, if you have some questions or anything, or maybe you want to give some insight, you're welcome. Okay. But I give all glory, honor, and praise to AHAYAH, Asher AHAYAH, Bahashim Yashaya, Wa Qadash Rawach. I'm going to say shalom. Tomorrow, same time, I'll be back, and we're going to go into Samuel, the prophet Samuel. Okay? Shalom. Mwah. Bless you all. I'm going to I'll play a little bit of music on the way out. Oh, let me see. I see you. You answered. Hold on. Give me a second. He says, I'm sorry. I knocked it out. Oh, yes, but it's hard to leave by yourself. No one else really believes what I believe, like my family. Yeah, the same thing with me. I had the same issue. And it took me a long time. Listen, don't let that be your, don't let that distract you or hold you, because he's not waking up everybody. So, we have to, and I always tell people, like, it's a test. You're being tested. So if he's putting it on your spirit to leave, trust him. Don't be afraid, because I had to do it too. And most of the people who come out, they come out by themselves. There's very few that have been able and been blessed to come out with their family. Not everyone has that opportunity. Some of us have to come out on our own. Now, years later, my family ended up coming here. So, but it took years, like 15 years I was here before my family would even consider to even come. And, they're traveling, they're going back and forth and things like that. So they still haven't decided, but at least they know. And at least they've, seen, they came and got baptized and, so, but praise AHAYAH. that your eyes can see and your ears that you hear. So, and that's all you can go by, because it's a narrow road. We can't take our family members with us. They can't take you with them, and it's a blessing that you are awakened. So be obedient. If the Spirit is telling you, if you have that spirit to leave, because you don't want to endure what's coming there, So if you need some encouragement, and it's not easy because a lot of, our people are going through things, and it's hard for our people to just sit still, come out, sit still and just know and trust in the Most High. You really got to get a handle on, getting rid of some of the spirits that we learned in Babylon, because that's the main struggle, coming up off of all the sin and what we've been taught and learned, and the habits that we've, taken on. It's hard to get rid of that stuff. You got to shed all that stuff, and you need the time. So it's good to come out and spend time with yourself and get to know yourself and get to know the Most High and get into this word and, use the time to really, learn. And that would make it a bit easier as well to leave. Yeah. You said, I know. Yeah. And, when I walked out of Babylon, I was like, oh, well, I guess I'm never going to get married, because I wasn't married then. But sis, I can tell you, I had more, marriage proposals than I ever did before waking up to this truth. So, don't be discouraged about that. The Most High will send who he sends. Now we know there's going to be a shortage of men and things like that. So, but I had already put it in my heart and mind and spirit that, I wasn't going to be married because I was leaving America and I was unmarried. But I never thought that I would end up, being proposed to and, things like that as well. So you never know what Most High got in store. Just be obedient. That's what we have to do, is just be obedient. You need a partner sometimes. Yeah, you do. I mean, what woman, you don't want a husband, we all, want one, and AHAYAH, he'll bring, if that's his will, for us. Because I never thought in my wildest dreams that I would have to go through what I'm going through. Just being not even without a husband, it's just being alone. Israel coming and going, our people they just all over the place. So it's nothing consistent, and don't even, and that's what I find about with a lot of people. They're looking for, to grasp onto other people. You got to grasp, but this is a narrow road. So you have to condition yourself to walk alone for as long as the Most High have you walk alone. Don't be feeling like you have to be around other Israelites. You have to, because you'll be disappointed. You'll be disappointed because our people are still trying to get themselves together. And so there's nothing you can grasp onto. There's nothing you can grasp onto. You got to grasp onto a higher. Don't try to, get camaraderie into other Israel, because everybody's trying to get themselves together. So the Most High said, gather yourself together, O nation not desired. But as we start to come together, you see that we all are dealing with things. So, if you can stand on your own with you and the Most High in Christ, that's your best bet. And not to really need a crutch in any Israelite. Because, Christ warned us, let no man deceive you. He said that there will be deception in this time. So you don't know. Shalom, Honey Bunny, how are you? Shalom. She said, Shalom, I'm ready to learn. Praise AHAYAH. Bless you, sis. I just finished this lesson, but I'm going to be back on again tomorrow. I'm going to do 2 days a week, Monday and Tuesday. So I pray you guys join me. I thank you for coming. And we did Nathan the prophet today, and tomorrow we're going into Samuel. We're going to go into the book of Samuel on Samuel the prophet as well. So you just left by yourself. Wow, you must be strong. I don't know. I just was more obedient, I think, than anything. Not so much that I was strong, because I didn't know. I didn't know. I had no idea. Like, at least you guys, you know the truth. You know who you are. You know coming out. When I came out, I didn't know I was an Israelite. I was still under the Christian doctrine. And I was looking for the two witnesses, and I was just scrambling around. But the Most High put it heavily on my spirit. I had to go. So that was all I had. And I was talking to people. I was talking to my family and talking to, people that I knew, and telling them, we have to leave. We have to leave. And nobody believed it. At least now people know that we got to go. But back then, nobody was, seeing it. So it was harder. He said, I'll be here with my Bible and my journal. Praise the highest, sis. Okay. So, I'll, we'll be just going through it, and I'll just try to be as consistent as I can. I just took a break. I just came off a break because a lot of stuff I was being overwhelmed. So I had to take a break. So that's why I want to do now 2 days to try to catch up. Because by the end of not the end of the year, but I started, some months ago. So this time next year, we will have gone through 44 books. And there's 66 books in the Bible. But also there's other books that I was talking about with Breezy's wife. There's other books that we can go into as well. But I do want the foundation to be in the Bible at first, because a lot of people are just kind of learning, and we got to learn how to study, how to go into these books, So that's what, that's how my internet is acting up. So I'll give all glory and praise. And sisters, thank you for coming. I pray to see you tomorrow. It's 9:30 Jordan time, which is about 2:30, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I don't know exactly where you guys are, but I pray that you'll be able to join me. So she says she'll be there with her Bible and her journal. Yay! So you started your journal? Mine's is getting so big, and it's starting to bust. I had to stop putting stuff in it because, I got too much stuff in it now. It's just busting out the seams, but it makes it interesting. It keeps me, into it. So I think journaling is very important, writing things down. And I'm doing the same thing with my Bible as well. I added pages, and, I'll do it for a different aspect of it. But it's good to have notes, being able to write things. And, so yes, I need to get a new one here shortly. Yes. So yeah, I'm going to give me a bigger Bible, because this one is kind of small for reading. My eyes are, so I want to get maybe a big Bible with big words and letters. And I'll work on getting that done. Get me a bigger Bible. But again, so I pray I see you tomorrow, ladies. We'll go into it. We're going to dissect this Bible. We're going to know it like the back of our hand, aside also knowing the other books like Enoch and Jubilees and the pseudepigraphas, So I just want to go all through it. Okay. So bless you, sisters. I'm going to play a little music on the way out, but, just to, just add some dimension to it. Okay. But I'll see you tomorrow. And thank you for joining me. Shalom. Hold on. I have to look for my music file. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this one. Hold on.
Show this.